System Shock Remake. You're stuck on a space station and Shodan, this AI, has gone completely psycho and is hunting you. Now the game doesn't hold your hand at all, and you gotta figure out the station layout, manage your inventory, hack terminals, and the whole time this AI is just taunting you. It's tense as hell and way smarter than your average shooter. I grabbed this on sale last month and it has been literally eating up my nights. System Shock 2 is the blueprint for games like Bioshock and Prey. You're on the Von Braun, a spaceship where the crew's infected, everything's gone to hell, you're running low on ammo, health, and just about everything. Shodan's back, and she's still terrifying. The remaster isn't just a lazy port. They redid all the graphics, enhanced the character models, weapon animations, and fixed the cutscenes so they're not blurry anymore. I grabbed this along with the remake, and I'm gonna dive in after I finish the first one. The Beast Inside jumps between modern day and the Civil War, where both timelines are a horror of a different kind, and somehow it still works. The scares aren't cheap jump scare garbage. There's this puzzle element where you are piecing together what connects these two stories, and I ended up finishing it in a couple of days because I just had to know how it ended. Darkest Dungeon is pain, and that's probably the biggest compliment I can give it. Your heroes don't just lose health, they lose their freaking minds. They develop paranoia, refuse to heal teammates, or have breakdowns mid-fights. The worst part is when you get attached to these characters and then you gotta watch them get absolutely destroyed. The art style is amazing. I bought this during the winter sale and I'm getting wrecked. Eliza is a visual novel about AI therapy and it gets uncomfortable real quick. Your job is to read scripts that an AI counselor provides you while patients are pouring their hearts out to you. There's Maya, this struggling artist whose pain just hits you in the gut. There's people dealing with depression and family problems, and all you can do is read these generic ass AI responses about meditation exercises. You can't go off script or you get fired. The game asks the question, should efficiency replace actual human connections? I beat this one a while back on my Steam Deck, and it still messes with my head. I think Mirror's Edge is still the best parkour game ever, and it came out all the way back in 2008. You're a rooftop runner in this clean dystopian city, and let me tell you, when you nail the movement, like wall running into a perfect jump, it's incredible. The red and white aesthetic is iconic, but fair warning, the time trials might make you want to throw your controller. I played through this years ago, and I still think about those rooftop chases. Dragon Age Inquisition has you leading this organization trying to close these massive holes in the sky while everyone's at each other's throats over politics. The companions are, as always, the highlights of the game. Also, a pro tip, do not get stuck doing every single quest in the hinterlands. Focus on the main story and companion quest for that classic BioWare RPG. Also, do not skip the Trespasser DLC, it's basically the real ending of the game. Mass Effect is where BioWare was at their absolute best. It's a trilogy of space RPGs where your choices actually carry over and come back to bite you in the ass 2 games later. You are building a crew, saving. Now, the first game's combat is kinda clunky, but the world building is incredible. The companions are to die for, literally. All the DLCs are included so you get the complete experience. I have beaten this trilogy twice and I'll probably do it again sometime. Need for Speed Heat splits things between legal races in the day and illegal street racing at night, where the cops are relentless and you need mad skills to escape the law. You earn rep at night, but if you get busted, you lose everything from that run. That whole risk reward system adds a lot of tension to your racing sessions. The city looks gorgeous after dark, and it's the most fun I've had with Need for Speed since the old days. The story is pretty okay, but that's not why you play NFS for anyways, right? Observer is a cyberpunk horror game. You play a detective who hacks into dead people's minds to solve crimes by reliving their distorted memories. Rutger Hauer voices the protagonist, and it's one of his last performances. The mind hack sequences will mess you up real bad. It's an oppressive and surveillance heavy dystopia. I finished this one a couple of years ago, and it still haunts my dreams. Horizon is an old favorite of mine. It's a classic Eurojunk RPG, but that's part of its charm. You're on an island, there's ruins, there's factions fighting, and you will get destroyed by the most basic enemies if you go the wrong way. The best part is that it doesn't hold your hand at all. The combat's clunky and the voice acting's rough, but it's a game that rewards exploration. It's an old school Euro RPG. If you have played Gothic, you're gonna love this one. Desperados 3 is basically what you'd get if Commandos went full Wild West. You control a group of outlaws, and every mission is a tightly designed stealth puzzle where you need to be smart with your positioning and timing. If you mess up, the whole plan can fall apart, but there's a quick save system in place so you can experiment with different strategies. And there's nothing like a plan that actually comes together when you wipe an entire camp without anyone noticing. Each character brings unique abilities to the table, so success is all about combining skills in smart, creative ways. I played this last year, and it's one of the most satisfying stealth tactic games out there. Road 96. Now, this is a road trip style adventure game in a country under a dictatorship. You play as different teenagers trying to escape over the border. Every playthrough is different. You might be either hitchhiking or dodging the police or making decisions that shape not just the story but the future of the whole country. There are a lot of memorable people you meet along the way. Kinda clever how they tie up these different journeys together. I loved my time with this one.